Welcome to a series of videos, ladies and gentlemen. These are going to be titled What to Expect, and what it is what to expect from characters or what have you. So I've got this first video here on what is to be expected of our beloved character, our superstar, Hawk. And this is kind of sort of a run-up to the video that should be uploaded just before this, about what we can expect from Eli in Season 4, where his character can go, what sort of direction they can take him. Now, I've done a video in the past, or I've done videos in the past, and one of them was, you know, why I would like Hawk to win the All Valley. Now, obviously, do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. I think it's within the realm of, it just doesn't feel like something that this show will do. It feels like Hawk will always be kind of second tier, but that doesn't mean he can't evolve and grow in other ways outside of the All Valley. But as I said in that video, how great would it be if Hawk wins as Eli and he walks straight up to Kreese and says, yeah, how's your champ looking now? You know, because remember, Kreese favors Robby over him. So it could make for an interesting middle finger from Eli to our dear Johnny boy over there. But outside of the All Valley, you know, outside of that, because as great as the All Valley is going to be, as much as it's built up, like, you know, there are going to be things throughout the season that are just as important to character besides the All Valley. Hawk's true redemption, I've said this before, is now coming. It's coming this season. The start of it was saving Dimitri, the rest of it is happening now. And yes, it's possible he'll lose his hair, it's possible he'll change his hair colour to purple, but I think what we're going to see is Eli finally embracing himself. And I think the flashbacks that served us in Season 2, when his mum was on the phone to the school, you know, and then Eli runs into his room, and, you know, it basically just builds up Eli's character and why he is the way he is now. Someone like Daniel will be integral, absolutely integral, to Hawk finding his inner peace. And Hawk is a very offensive fighter. Offensively, he's probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest on his day. On his day, I said. I can see that being a problem down in the comment section. But one thing he will acquire from Daniel, the same thing that Sam will acquire from Johnny. She'll acquire offense. He will acquire defense. And not just defense, he'll acquire inner peace. The Miyagi-Do teachings, the Miyagi-Do wisdom will help Hawk find his true self. And that true self being Eli. He doesn't need to, you know, be Hawk. As much as Hawk is cool, as much as we all love him, as much as he has a badass theme, I think it would mean more, and it would serve more, if Eli enters the tournament as Eli and not Hawk. If he enters as this reformed individual, maybe his hair's shaved off, you know, because they have been leaving that out of the trailers, because obviously it will give quite a lot away, you know, whether they shave it off or whether he changes the color or what have you. And I think it's likely that it's probably gonna be shaved off. The mohawk will be gone. It wouldn't surprise me. Maybe no one shaves it off at all. Maybe he decides to get rid of the mohawk entirely. Maybe he makes that decision. You know, again, expect the unexpected. But I feel like with Eli, where we can go, and in Season 1, he was a cool character, but as I said, he was the aggressor. Season 2, just a ragdoll to get thrown around here and there, you know, just cannon fodder. Bantha poodoo. Comment down below if you get that reference. Season 3 stepped him up quite a lot. And dare I say it, he probably had my favourite arc in Season 3. We got to spend a lot of time with Eli. We got to really spend a lot of time with him on himself. Because with Miguel out the picture, Miguel nursing himself back to full health from his coma and whatever. Same way with Sam in the Miyagi Dojo. You have Robby out the way. Robby's in juvie doing whatever, so it allowed Sam to shine. It allowed us to spend time with the characters that we love, but we start to really get to know them a little bit more. We spend a little bit more time with them. We see how they interact now that the #1 players are not in the dojos, if you know what I mean. Instill the nuance in the context. I'm not debating who's your favourite. I can already see it down in the comment section. But for me personally, as much as I have said at great length that Robby or Miguel will have my two favourite arcs. I think Hawk is really in the running for a solid arc. I think his journey from Season 1 to now is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And I feel like he's only going to go from strength to strength to strength. Now, they've got the 6-season roadmap. Could they do 7 seasons? Probably. Could they do 8 seasons? Probably. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that 6 seasons is in the bag. We already know Season 5 is coming. So, Season 4, he finds his inner peace. What does that leave for Season 5? Maybe Season 5 elevates him to another level. Maybe he really steps up and stakes a claim for number 1. And maybe in Season 6, you know, him and Dimitri start a little boot camp, you know, where they teach karate to younger kids. Who knows? Who knows? It could go either way. But I'm just excited to see where things unfold. I feel like the way Season 3 built him up, you almost can't just leave it in the wayside. You would do Hawk an absolute disservice if now that he's back with Miguel, and now that he's with Sam, and now that he's with Dimitri, you just relegate him to his Season 2 self again, where he's just literally there to get thrown around all the time and get beaten up. Like, I don't want that. I want Hawk to be a force to be reckoned with, and perfectly displayed in the house fight when he switches sides. Look at the power shift. As much as Miguel is cool, he's not fighting all them Cobras by himself. As much as Dimitri is coming up, you know, he's still coming up. Sam was busy with Tori. So Hawk, switching sides at that moment, changed the whole power dynamic of the show. And what's great about Hawk, and I've said this before, and he reminds me a lot of Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren's whole biggest thing is he wants to be number 1, but he never will be. He's always going to be a number 2. That's his character archetype, okay? So, I'm not here to argue that. I'm telling you facts. That's his character archetype. He's always going to be a number 2. That doesn't mean he can't get more powerful, but he's not going to be Snoke. He's not going to be the Emperor. That's the point. He's not going to be Vader. That's the whole point of Kylo Ren. Similar to Hawk, he's not going to be number 1 as long as he's in the dojo with Robby. He's not going to be number 1 as long as he's in the dojo with Miguel. But being with Miguel, it's at least his friend, and it gives him a challenge. Someone to aspire to be like. Someone to better himself after. Someone to model himself after. And he's with his friend. He's with his friends. That's what's important. And that's what he started to realize throughout Season 3. You know, look, I've got more control in this dojo. I've got no friends. All my friends are gone. You know, Aisha's disappeared. Obviously, there's reasons for that. But Aisha's gone. Bert was kicked out. Miguel wasn't going to come back with Kreese there. You know, and Tori started to, you know, really kind of go, Hawk, you know, you're not all that. You know, I can push your buttons. Robby would be a better fit than you. You know, so he felt unwelcome. He felt like it was there, you know, it wasn't really his place anymore. And as soon as Robby came in the dojo, he knew it was it. He knew that was the call to basically say, hey, you ain't going to be number 1. Robby's what we're looking for. You're just the puppet that's going to get dangled around. And this is why I really feel like we need to keep that consistency going through Season 4, 5, and 6. And I don't envy them this, because this is tough. For a character like Hawk, as I said, he's always going to be a number 2. Always. So how do you keep him around that level? Because if it wasn't for plot, he would absolutely wreck at least 3/4 of the roster. Easily. He would. But plot is a thing. Sam's got plot. Miguel's got plot. Robby could have plot to an extent. And Hawk is always going to be the one that kind of suffers for it. You know, Miguel's the new Karate Kid. Robby's the Lawrence bloodline. And Sam's the LaRusso bloodline. Hawk is just, you know, the new badass guy. So it'd be interesting to see how they balance it. But if Eli does pick up the win in the All Valley, I would lose it. I would absolutely love it. As much as Cobra Kai are probably winning this, they've teased it so much now. Like, they've hit us over the head so much that they're going to win this. To see Hawk win it, or to see Eli win it, that would be something special. That would be something really special. But guys and girls, jump in the comments section down below. Let me know if you like the ideas that I have for these videos, because this is just me telling you what I think we should expect for characters in the following season, what to expect from them. And yeah, it'd be interesting to get a dialogue going down in the comments section below. And I think with the Hawk character, as I said, as much as he's a great character, he's always going to be held back by plot. And that's not something that we can quantify through power level, that's quantified through story. He's always going to be a number 2. He's never going to be number 1. And it's a shame in a way, because he's really evolved to a point where you kind of have to make him a number 1, but you almost kind of can't. You know, with the way things are being set up with Cobra Kai, Tori's going to be even stronger. You know, Robby's clearly the number 1 dog there. You know, Sam's going to be on the come up. Miguel's going to be, rising like a phoenix again. You know, so it's tough. But Hawk is the power piece. He is the piece that you move on the chessboard that gives you the advantage. He's that one card that you have in your top trump card deck that you save and you go strength 100. And you change the tide of the game. You could be losing. Hawk is the power piece. And that's what I'm excited for. Guys and girls, I'll see you in the comments section. And cool it with the nerd shit, huh?